Everything that Dune fans have been waiting for is finally here. Dune Part 3 just dropped some massive new first looks that are completely changing everything. We're talking officially revealed first look details, actual leaked trailer descriptions that paint a jaw-dropping picture of what Denis Villeneuve has in store, along with production updates and crazy new plot details. And yes, we have more crazy news about the cast transformations and behind-the-scenes decisions, but this isn't even as crazy as the stuff we will talk about later regarding the Holy War that the books never showed. Let's start with the biggest new first look that has the entire Dune community buzzing. A leaked trailer description has surfaced, and it's giving us our first concrete look at what Villeneuve's epic conclusion will deliver. The trailer reportedly opens with Timothée Chalamet's Paul Atreides narrating a haunting line about his father, Duke Leto, stating that he had something bad in his heart. This immediately sets a dark, introspective tone that signals this isn't going to be your typical sci-fi spectacle. We're getting a psychological deep dive into Paul's fractured psyche as Emperor. But that's not even the craziest part. The trailer includes a flashback scene featuring Paul and his mother, Lady Jessica, played by Rebecca Ferguson. Guys, here's where things get visually stunning. We're getting our first proper look at Anya Taylor-Joy as Alia Atreides, Paul's sister with black hair and flowing white dress. Remember, Anya only appeared briefly in Part 2 as a vision of an older Alia speaking from the womb. Now she's fully realized as a grown character, which tells us Villeneuve is making bold timeline choices. We also see Jason Momoa as Duncan Idaho walking through a white rock ravine with a group, confirming his return as the Gola, the resurrected clone version of the character who died in the first film. Book readers know this is one of the most fascinating storylines in Dune Messiah, where Duncan returns without full memories, manipulated as part of a conspiracy against Paul. Yes, the trailer description also mentions a bald-headed figure with metallic plates embedded in their head. This is almost certainly Robert Pattinson's character, Scytale, the shape-shifting Tlalexu face dancer who serves as the main antagonist. Pattinson himself recently confirmed his involvement, describing the filming experience in the scorching desert heat as so intense that his brain wasn't operating and he just followed Villeneuve's direction without question. The actor has been keeping quiet about specifics, but insiders have confirmed he's playing the villain who orchestrates the entire conspiracy to dethrone Paul. We'll come back to that, but first, there's another massive visual reveal. One of the most shocking images described in the trailer is Zendaya's Chani walking in front of a sandworm, mirroring a similar iconic shot of Paul from Part 2. This is huge because Part 2 ended with Chani leaving Paul, riding a sandworm into the desert after he betrayed her by marrying Princess Irulan for political power. The fact that she's prominently featured in the trailer suggests she hasn't abandoned the story. We will talk more about her later in the video. But here's the part everyone's talking about. The trailer includes one shot of a shaved Paul Atreides with his head buzzed rather than completely bald. Timothée Chalamet's dramatic hair transformation has been the subject of intense speculation since he was spotted wearing hats throughout summer 2025. In a recent appearance on The Graham Norton Show, Chalamet finally revealed the truth. He said his hair transformation started with a 3mm haircut on June 25, 2025. But director Denis Villeneuve kept asking him to go shorter and shorter. Chalamet admitted he begged to keep his hair longer, saying, "Your hair, weirdly, we're all attached to it. It's kind of like our personalities, these follicles that grow out of our heads." But the haircut was necessary because Paul is playing 15 to 20 years older, carrying the weight of years of leadership and the devastating consequences of his galactic holy war. Some fan theories in my recent videos suggest the buzzed head could be tied to an atomic weapon attack, his mental deterioration, or even his assimilation into Harkonnen culture, all of which would be thematically rich territory for Villeneuve to explore. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about his look, and keep watching because later we have information about when this trailer is coming out. Now, regarding the production itself, Dune Part 3 officially wrapped filming in November 2025 after 4 months of production. This places it right on schedule for that December 18th, 2026 release date, which, by the way, is the exact same day that Avengers Doomsday hits theaters. Yes, you heard that right. We're getting another Barbenheimer situation, but this time it's being called Doomsday. Warner Bros. Has reportedly doubled down, confirming they claimed the date first and aren't budging, with Dune Part 2 grossing over $715 million worldwide, and Part 1 making $429 million. The trajectory suggests Part 3 could potentially cross the $1 billion mark if it follows the same upward trend. But going head-to-head with Marvel, that's a bold move. Let me know which movie you will be watching. The cast additions are equally mind-blowing. We already talked about Robert Pattinson as the villain Scytale, but let's talk about the twins. Nakoa Wolf Momoa, yes, Jason Momoa's actual son, has been cast as Leto II, making his acting debut opposite his father. Jason Momoa returns as the Gola Duncan Idaho, a clone version of the character implanted with fragments of the original Duncan's memories but created by the conspirators to destroy Paul. Ida Brooke, from the Apple TV series Silo, will play Ganima, the twin sister. In the books, these twins are born at the very end of Dune Messiah and don't become central until Children of Dune. The fact that they're cast as teenagers strongly suggests Villeneuve is blending elements from both books. This makes sense narratively because Dune Messiah is a smaller, more introspective political thriller, while Children of Dune offers epic scale and world building. Combining them could give Part 3 the emotional weight of Messiah with the spectacle audiences expect. Florence Pugh returns as Princess Erland and has expressed her hope for a much bigger role this time around, saying she wants more cool outfits. Rebecca Ferguson confirms she's returning as Lady Jessica, though she admitted her role is small because Jessica is barely in the book. Ferguson said Villeneuve found a creative way to include her, and she's already finished filming her scenes. Josh Brolin will reprise his role as Gurney Halleck in a minor capacity, and he recently hyped the script, calling it super good. Javier Bardem, who plays the Fremen leader Stilgar, has jokingly said he'll be very angry if he's not included, though his return hasn't been officially confirmed yet. But this isn't even the craziest news we have because later there is a big twist coming. Guys, let's talk about what will make Dune Part 3 truly groundbreaking, the Holy War. In Frank Herbert's Dune Messiah, the book this film is based on, the story jumps 12 years past the jihad that Paul launched at the end of the first novel. Herbert deliberately skipped showing the war, only mentioning it in retrospect through dialogue and Paul's guilt. It's estimated that billions of people died in Paul's name as the Fremen armies conquered world after world across the known universe. But Villeneuve has hinted heavily that he intends to show at least part of this galactic conflict on screen. This would be a massive addition, giving the film the epic scale fans crave while driving home the thematic warning Herbert intended. That messianic leaders, no matter how visionary, unleash destruction on an unimaginable scale. Denis Villeneuve has been incredibly vocal about this theme. He said multiple times that his adaptation is closer to Herbert's idea that it's actually a warning and a cautionary tale against messianic figures. Herbert himself wrote Dune Messiah specifically because readers mistakenly viewed Paul as a hero, when in reality he's a tragic figure whose decisions cost billions of lives. Villeneuve wants to make that crystal clear. By depicting even a portion of the Jihad Fremen forces marching across alien worlds, planets falling under the banner of Muad'Dib, the film can show the human cost of blind devotion rather than just telling us about it. This approach also gives supporting characters like Chani, Irulan, and Aliyah expanded roles as we see how the war affects their personal lives and political positions. The title itself has been confirmed as simply Dune Part 3 rather than Dune Messiah. This is significant because it suggests the film might not be a straight adaptation of Messiah, but rather a culmination of multiple storylines. Warner Bros. Made the official announcement in July 2024, and Villeneuve has consistently referred to it as his final Dune film. After this, he's moving on to direct James Bond 26, which is another massive franchise undertaking. But for now, all eyes are on Arrakis. Guys, as we know, Chani left Paul at the end of Part 2. The trailer description showing her with a sandworm suggests she's not sitting idly in the desert. Some theories and insider reports propose she'll lead a Fremen resistance against Paul's empire, or perhaps she'll reconcile with him after witnessing the full horror of what his rule has become. Either way, her arc will be central to the emotional payoff of the trilogy. But let me know what you think. Going back to the trailer, like I said, the trailer's tagline seems to be "Defy your destiny." That's a loaded phrase given the entire thematic arc of Paul's story, and it looks like we're getting a trailer likely within the next few months, probably mid-March. Guys, while I was editing, I just saw a report that Dune 4 is in development at Warner Bros. Pictures. Even as the director of the adaptations, Villeneuve prepares to close his trilogy with Dune Messiah. There isn't much information on this yet. That's all we have so far. But moving on, I'm Brian from Cinema Surge, and when that trailer drops, I will be bringing you every update, breakdown, and theory as we count down to December 18th, 2026. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a single piece of Dune Part 3's news because this is going to be one wild ride.